Well, you cite CIA estimate that Americans' life expectancy is the 46th in the world. First of all, what is the CIA doing worrying about that?
Well, someone's got to worry about it, I guess. I mean, yeah, the obesity issue, I think, is where there's a lot of action right now. And I think, the numbers are staggering. We're twice as heavy as we were 20 years ago. Adolescents are 3 times as many adolescents are obese as they were 20 years ago. We get 7% of our calories from soda. I mean, you can go on and on. So we are unhealthy and gradually becoming or rapidly becoming unhealthier, and to the extent that other countries adopt our lifestyle, things will get worse there too. So maybe our life expectancy will climb as others fall.
American hegemony means that people all over the world are now eating more beef than they did in the past. Is it mostly beef?
Well, people all over the world are eating more animal protein than they did in the past. Numbers of farm-raised fish are up globally. Pork and chicken is way up globally. But beef is the big damaging thing in terms of global warming, in terms of rainforest, biodiversity, land destruction. Beef is really the worst, and the numbers are climbing. As people become wealthier, they want to eat meat.
You mentioned farm-raised fish. Isn't that a mixed story? Because we're also hearing about any number of species being endangered because of overfishing. So what do? We raise them in the farms and at least keep them alive, or
when I give
kill
talks,
them in the wild?
When I give talks, I almost never mention fish, and then someone always asks me, and I say, well, I mean, I have to answer the question, but it is the hardest question there is, because wild fish, from a culinary perspective and from a health perspective, wild fish is in every way superior to farm-raised fish.
Tastes better.
Right. Tastes better. It's less damaging to the environment, except to the fish itself. So now you have this problem of, well, if you tell people to eat wild fish, they're going to be extinct. You can't do that.
Well, what about mercury and lead? Aren't they an issue with wild fish?
Well, they are. There are all sorts of issues with wild fish. But, I mean, from a culinary perspective, from a health perspective, if you can find the right wild fish, you're doing great for yourself, but you're not doing so well for your fish. But to just tackle farm-raised fish for a second, we know it doesn't taste as good. It really is chicken of the sea in the sense that it is raised very much like farm-raised chicken. So it's environmentally destructive, and it's just not great stuff.
Well, I've been told that tilapia is not really bad. The way they raise the tilapia, there are some other fish that are a bigger problem. But tilapia has to be one of the most boring fish in the world.
Yeah, I mean, every couple of years I try it because I feel like, well, I haven't tried it, maybe it's better, and it still tastes like mud to me.
Now, a lot of stores are now labeling fish, line-caught, wild, farm-raised, but there are plenty that don't.
Well, we do have country of origin labeling now. So
is that everywhere? If I go to Chinatown right now.
Well, no, of course not. Chinatown's a different story. But in supermarkets, you're going to see fish labeled as to their country of origin. You should be able to find out whether it's farm-raised or wild, and you should be able to find out whether it's frozen, whether it was frozen or not. The problem is you still need to make judgments about all of these things, and it's it's always been complicated, and it's no less complicated now.